Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I've had better days.
Well, I'm Faith. What's your name?
I'm Serena.
Serena. All right. Well, can you tell me a little bit about why you're here?
Yeah. Well, I got a phone call yesterday saying I needed to come to the health department immediately. Because I've been in contact with someone who has an STD. And so I got really freaked out about it, made the appointment, and they directed me here.
I see. Well, I'm very sorry to hear that. That sounds like a really upsetting phone call to get. I can see this really gave you a scare. So you did the right thing by coming to talk to me. I can assure you that everything's going to be okay.
Thank you. Yeah, I know that STDs can be cured and managed. I'm well educated about them, but I guess it's just the not knowing that I had been exposed in the first place, and it really got me freaked out. Yeah.
Well, it really sounds like it took you by surprise. Could you tell me maybe why that is?
Yeah, so my ex and I, we've been on again and off again for a couple of years. He's the only person I've ever been intimate with, and I trusted him. Plus, he's a really clean cut guy. So it just ended up that he had something, and the only thing is I hadn't seen him for 6 months. And that just clicked in my head, and it meant that I may have been infected that long. So that's what freaked me out the most.
Okay, well, that's very understandable. If it's okay with you, I'd like to dissect all of that a little bit more.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, well, you said that you were in an on and off again relationship. I want to start by noting that that's a risky relationship as far as sexual health is concerned. You both have the freedom to do as you please when you're separated, which puts you at an increased exposure when you're together again. So it's very important that you use protection every single time.
Well, okay, I know you have to say that, but what me and Danny had, it was very special. And I really loved him and I trusted him. So, for the most part, we used protection. But sometimes we got a little carried away, and I didn't like to disappoint him.
All right, well, that's relatable. It's easy to lose ourselves in the moment, especially when there are deep feelings involved. However, in the future, the best way to love and appreciate both yourself and Danny is to protect yourself during intimacy consistently.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you.
Okay.
I just don't see how using protection every single time with someone that you're in a relationship with, I don't see how that's realistic.
Well, that makes sense, but it is. It just is. And it helps if you discuss your priorities and preferences aloud before things get heated. That way, you're both on the same page and you can hold one another accountable.
Okay, I can see that working, and I can do that.
That's great. I'd also like to mention that people's appearances don't have anything to do with their sexual health. STDs don't discriminate and they're quite common. So, being sexually active comes with risks for everyone.
I feel kind of silly now.
Don't! That's a common misconception. I can tell your sexual wellness is very important to you. That's great. And with this information, you can take even better care of yourself. Making sure you're getting an annual STD panel test with your physical and only participating in safe sex is crucial.
That's true. My sexual wellness is very important to me. I'll be sure to do that. Uh, it's just that this really just sprung up on me, is all. Um, is there a way to know that something like this could happen in between my annuals?
That's a great question. So, there are indicators that you may have contracted an STD that you should be aware of. There's abnormal discharge, foul odor, burning, itching. All those things can indicate that you may need to get tested. I actually have a diagram here that shows you what discharge might look like if you have an STD.
Okay, let's take a look.
All right. So this one, farthest left, is what normal and healthy discharge looks like. It's usually white / clear, and it can have a yellowish tinge to it, but it won't have a foul odor, and it'll be consistent with whatever your normal is.
Okay, I see. What about the others?
All right, so if your discharge looks like this green one here, it's an indication that you have a bacterial infection of some kind, and you need to contact your health provider immediately. Discharge, this color, can be accompanied by a foul odor, possibly itching and burning, but that's not even every case. And this last example here is also an example of what discharge could look like if you contracted an STD. That would also be accompanied by an unpleasant odor, itching, and burning.
Whew. Okay, well that's a relief. I haven't seen anything remotely like that so far, so I must be good to go. But I do want to say thank you. I feel 1,000 times less anxious about the results that I'm going to receive about it.
Well, I'm definitely glad that I was able to ease your anxiety. I do want to mention that it's not uncommon for STDs to present no signs or symptoms whatsoever. That's why getting that annual test is very important.
Okay, I'll definitely be on top of that.
That's great. So, do you have any questions for me?
Yeah, kind of. I know I need to use condoms consistently now, but do I have to use them for, like everything?
Are you possibly referring to oral sex?
Yeah, sorry. I feel uncomfortable talking about all of this.
I understand, okay, but I want you to understand that this is a safe and judgment-free place. Also, everything we discuss here is completely confidential. The only thing that I care about is making sure that you are equipped with all the knowledge you need to make health-conscious decisions moving forward.
Okay, well, then yeah, do I have to use protection for the oral sex?
Yes, you absolutely need to use protection for every type of sex. That includes oral, anal, and vaginal. I'm sorry.
Okay, well, that's a lot to take in.
It is, but I know you're capable of making the necessary adjustments for your health. Just keep in mind that's what's of the utmost importance.
Okay, well.
That's great, Serena. Do you feel capable of making these changes? This way, if you ever found yourself in this predicament again, you could find comfort in knowing that you've been as safe as possible and have significantly decreased your likelihood of having contracted whatever STD that could have been.
Yeah, I think I can do that, and you're right. I'm so glad I came in. I feel like I can actually breathe again. I definitely feel like I can do whatever it takes to not feel this type of pressure and, just be in this problem ever again.
Well, I'm so glad I could help. I promise you're going to be just fine. Do you have any other questions by chance?
No, I think that's about it.
Yeah. Well, here's my card.
Okay.
Please don't hesitate, no problem. Please don't hesitate to call or email me if you have any follow-up questions or something comes up that you forgot to mention here. And thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you so much, too.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.